all the streets in the city of Edmonton, in the neighborhood of Capilano, this ranks among the best. 10667, 65th Street. So you still got wooden windows, wood frame windows in the basement. Quite sure why we got these handles here. I'm sure it'll come in handy at some point. Kitchen. And this is one of the additions. We'll come back to that. Dishwasher's over there. Flooring all needs to go. And you got the old school vent. You could easily add a microwave above that stove. And white carpet, ideal for the family of 6. For your dining room, couldn't think of a better product to lay there. But you could get a nice big table here. Not sure what the year is on these windows. They're holding up pretty good. These ones, however, you can see the date. Can you read it there? It is 2021. I have to take my word for it, but it was a 2021 triple pane. Really nice. Probably cost a lot of money for that whole bay window. Now, what do you think's under this? Just plywood. No hardwood. I think you'd want to replace this carpet though. It's not in terrible shape, but it's just kind of silly. This was an addition as well. And on the other side of this is the extension of the primary bedroom. But this is a nice mudroom. No dates on these. No dates on those windows. They're in great shape. Yeah, very nice addition here. See in here you got a little bit of hardwood. That's not the original stuff. That's why I was wondering if it would carry on out here. Doesn't seem to though. And then of course the classic textured ceiling with the border. 1956 handiwork. Leading into the bedrooms. There's your deck, your double decker. 2-story deck will end up there. And there's a attachment here for the central vac. This is actually a pretty deep closet. Over here you got a linen closet. Another bedroom. These must have been hardwood originally. See that's the original hardwood there, which I'm pretty sure comes under here. Don't know if we can pull these off without. No, that's pretty secured and painted on there, but I'm very confident that there's hardwood under this. May or may not be worth restoring. Could be really old. I mean, could be really thin, creaky. So nothing special in here. Sure, it works fine, but it's pretty dated. And then they put just some, a little bit of, what do you call it? Mac-Tac film or something. There's your neighbor's lovely house. And the primary, this is incredible. Look how big it is. Because they put that extension on from here. So you got an extra like 5 feet or so. There's a bit of a line up here. It's not terrible. And have I got a date in these windows for you? I thought I saw one somewhere that said 98. That kind of feels like what they are. But yeah, they're still doing great. I don't think you need to worry about those windows for a while. Big old king size bed in here. You're laughing. Tons of room. Decent closet. Again, with the original hardwood in the closet. Not bad. Here's your attic access. All right. Go downstairs first. I'll just show this off here real quick. Pretty nice little addition, you know. All the extra storage. Nobody would complain if you added new appliances and put a microwave above the stove, though. Okay, 2 steps down here. Grab the handle for good luck. And then we go down. Classic tile down here. And the good thing is you don't have to tear out any subfloor like you did in your last place. But I would probably think you're going to want to gut this. Yeah, same as D. Storage room. And for some reason, I'm guessing that used to be the dryer vent. Well, what they've done here is got one of these indoor ones. Kind of goofy. The gas used to be here. The gas meter. There's your water shut off. And a 3-piece bathroom. Nicely tiled. And oh, heat lamp. They don't have the red one though. That's pretty beautiful, hey? Those squishy toilet seats, some of those from back in the day. Floor drain here. So you got a teeny bit of a slope. And this is the biggest waste of space you'll see. I'm gonna, like that. Could be the doorway there. Or over here. But this should be a bedroom, I think. You got 2 windows. This one's broken on the outside. And it's just in bad shape. But yeah, you pop those out. You may not even have to enlarge them. But if you did, it would be easy to do. Bit of a foundation crack there. Totally dry though. So it's not a concern in terms of moisture penetration, but it wouldn't hurt to fill that in. Same with this one. That's the most common, to see them coming off the corner of your windows in the basement. They always happen there. See, same thing. This one just went straight down instead of the angle. And here, I don't see one there. So currently a storage room. This is your bathroom stack, so you can't really move this. It's not a storm drain. So you'd have to put that in a closet or something if you were to make this a bedroom. I think this would be a decent bedroom. And you could have, you know, a bit of storage here, depending on how you walled it off. Would the door come from here, or would it come from over there? I don't know. This is that's a metal beam. Is that original? 56? Weird. That's really uncommon. Very surprising. Yeah, normally it's all wood beams, because there's your telepost. You won't be moving that. Nice high efficiency furnace with a good humidifier. I have the same one. Here's your AC lines coming in, and a pretty small water tank. Yeah, see this is your storm drain, where I don't know if they're still connected. I'll have to look when we're outside, but these would be where your eaves come in and drain inside the house. Terrible idea. So if they're still doing that, I would say redirect them. But I would be surprised. I think they're just, you know, still there from back when that's what they did. Can I see it up here? Kind of blind. Yeah, there it is. That's where it goes. Does it still connect? I do not know. We'll try and take a look. Not sure what this mystery box is for. It seems quite empty. So here, like, ton of room here. So this could be a storage room if you walled this off, or even brought it back a little bit. Have laundry and storage right here. Better access to that bathroom. Now let's see, can we knock this out? There's another telepost. But this, yeah, this is all nothing. You can delete all this and start from scratch if you like. You could even expand that bathroom. I don't know, you don't need to overcomplicate it. Okay, rumpus room, as they called them back in the day. And I'll show you. Just those little funny floor patterns. And you could get rid of this or just paint it. That's funny. All right, and then here's a clean out. I wonder if that is from the storm line, because this is the street, and in Capilano, that's where the storm lines go, and the sewer lines go to the alley behind me. Now this is a bedroom. Look at that. It's huge. It's crazy. It needs to be removed. At least in its current form. Could stay this big. I mean, it's pretty awesome size. You know, it's got rinky-dink stuff like this. And of course, just tile below. This is all built in. It's a good idea. It's just time for a refresh. Now look at how in almost all of these, they have these screw-in socket plugs. Yeah, another old wooden windows, one pane in the inside, one on the outside. Time to replace those. This is either your tub or your sink. That bathroom above us. And you got this awesome arrow. And can you read door, written on the door? D-O-O-R. Okay. Back up we go. See this? Oh, I wonder if they put this on top of the steel to make it look like wood. This is wood though, this one. Wait a minute. No way. This is not a solid post. I thought it was. I was fooled. Yeah, the telepost is inside that. Interesting. Back up we go. I'll take you to the living room and then to the yard and the garage. this is the major edition. 1975, this was put in. And how do I know that? From this window here. Stephen made in Edmonton, Canadian Panelite. This is possibly for the garage. Not 100% sure. That would make the most sense to me. Yeah, it's a big, big room. And the windows over here would also be from 75, I think. Yeah. You know, in good shape. More effective when they're closed. There's another option for a dining room table or, you know, kitchen or like a breakfast table. So the upper deck has that nice Duradex stuff. You could probably grill up here if you wanted. And you got this funny little access. Your hoses. I don't know how they ran those, if it was some kind of irrigation thing or what. Some cables and some lights here. The roof is in really good shape from what I can see. The lilacs are fresh. And then this lower deck is a little bit older. That's about the worst of it. You know, it's in decent shape. Bit of a forest in here. There's your AC unit. And those 2-bedroom windows there. And then here's that other window I was telling you about. It's busted. And the bathroom would be right here. Quite a large deck. Oh, a little bouncy over here. Got a good fence. And the lilacs are smelling lovely. Okay, eaves. Coming down here and spilling right there. Extender would not be a bad idea. Over here. It's kind of turned towards the house, but it should just fall on that splash pad. I would have gone all the way down there. This grading is really good. It slopes away. That's where we entered, in that little deck there. Yeah, that's the panel right there on the other side of that. Other side of the wall here. So your service line comes through all these trees here. And let's see the garage. So it's not a massive yard, especially since part of it's taken up over there. Nice big oversized double. With a newer insulated door. And what seems to be a pretty new opener as well. Because it's got the wireless Wi-Fi capabilities. Bit of concrete wear, road salts and whatnot, and then a big pad here with tent trailer space there, and a real trashy garage on that side, and a real trashy garage on this side. Garage right here. There's your water shut off. It looks like they did some work on that. And over Here is your gas shut off. And this fence is doubled up here for some reason. Not sure if that's for privacy or sound, or they had a bunch of extra wood they didn't want to waste. Don't know the reason. It's a lovely yard. It's not huge because of how much is taken up by this driveway, garage, deck. And it's a slightly, the size of this lot tapers smaller toward the back because we're on the curve of 65th where it goes like, turns to the right a bit. So it's a little bit smaller in the back than it is in the front. That about concludes our show for today. Thanks for joining me. Live long, prosper.